Hey there everybody, I am here today because I am trying something new for my work planner. I am thinking about switching to a classic size dashboard layout. I've been using the mini, it's been working really well for me, but I was thinking that I might prefer a classic size because I have quite a few things to write down and track, and this might work better. So I'm going to try decorating it and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start with this left-hand side. Now for my work purposes, I'm going to use this left-hand side to track a few things. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I've got the Be Happy box stickers. So I've got these, and then I also have these as well. Now, let's be clear, I'm really obsessed with the Be Happy box, these stickers. I think they're gorgeous and I'm really excited about them. So I can't help myself. First things first, I'm going to use this long sheet. It's a long sticky note. And I'm going to take it off. This is what I'm going to use to do my main tracking. So I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to use my Tombow mono adhesive and add a little bit of adhesive. You don't need to go crazy, but I'm not going to lie, I kind of use more than you really need to. But it's just a thing that I do. But you definitely don't need that much adhesive. It will hold it down just fine without that much. So I'm going to adhere it over here on this side. Okay, so it's completely stuck down. And like I said, I'm going to use this to track some stuff. So it is not... The rest of the page, I don't really need to be too terribly functional, so I'm going to add a lot of decoration to it just for funsies because I can. I don't need to, obviously, and this is a work planner, so I'm not trying to go crazy. All right, so I'm going to, this washi tape, by the way, side note, I love it. I genuinely think it's probably my favorite washi tape the Happy Planner has ever made. I think it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got the foiled like copper little dots on there and it's just gorgeous. Okay, so I've got that right there. Now, the other thing that I really want to do is I want to create another big, pretty decorative cluster. I want to create a big, decorative, beautiful cluster down there. This corner is peeling up, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of adhesive just because I know it'll drive me crazy. And what's funny about that is that I'm not all about perfection, but edges peeling up drive me nuts. Isn't that funny how that works? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take this sticker right here. You can see it's got the really pretty foil on there, and I am going to cover this over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and I'm looking for this right here, these big pretty watercolory splotches. They're just gorgeous. And I'm going to use it to connect those two boxes right there. Okay, so see how that splotch brings it all together. Now I'm going to take one more decorative element and add it, but I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. So let's look for it. The pinks and the purples are really pretty too, let's be clear. I'm super excited about the blues for some reason. I am a big, huge fan of blue and you just don't see that much of it. So it's really great for me to have blue there. All right, so there's various things I could choose to put here and I'm just so conflicted. They're all so pretty. Now let's see what we've got. All right, so the thing is that I need to kind of look at a couple of different things and try to figure out if I want to put like a box or if I want to put a quote. But see, I've kind of already got a couple of quotes, so I'm thinking that a box, it might have a quote on it, but put a box right there might be best. So, and also with this big splotch, it's kind of more of a I'll say natural, but I don't really mean that, like more of an organic element. And these are more linear because they are crisp, have 4 sides. And so I think I'm just gonna put those right there. I'm gonna use the Cheers sticker. It's just cute, it's fun. I don't really know how else I would use it, so I think that makes it okay for a work layout. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, so I'm going to layer it over the splotchy one. Oh, it's so cute. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hello sticky note, again, a sticky note, and I'm gonna cover up this bills to pay. But cover up bills to pay. Oops, I got a little extra adhesive. You can just rub that right off. All right, so here we go. Bills to pay, right? Okay, then I'm gonna take one of these really pretty flowers, though I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had hoped for something slightly different. I think this will work. All right, so I've got one of these really pretty flowers. I'm going to angle it ever so slightly. There, that's so pretty, am I right? Oh my gosh, I love it. So we've got kind of a huge decorative cluster here. We've got a decorative cluster here, theoretically, right? I mean, it's not really a decorative cluster. I didn't really do that, but so I'm gonna put a little something up here, okay? So I'm gonna go through the stickers and try to find something that's perfect. Now, also keep in mind, I have these stickers, but they don't really work for what I want them for. So what I'm going to do, I did find another flower, so that's very pretty. All right, sticky note time again. So good example of why we don't overlook the sticky notes, because they can be everything and anything we need them to be. And they're often really cute and work great. Okay, so I'm gonna put it over here. And then I'm going to take this singular floral. There, that's perfect. So we've got the triangle. Do you see that? And that's very pleasing to my eye. So now I can track my things here, and I can write any notes or any other things that I need over here. It's really cute. It'll keep me motivated throughout the week, but it's not overly crazy or anything like that. And as you saw, I didn't really use all that much stuff because, you know, it's the culmination of just a handful of stickers. So now I'm using the undated extension pack, which works just fine for me. And typically what I have been doing with this undated extension pack is I've been stamping with those big, tall, skinny letters or stamps right here. I'm going to do something different today just because I want to try something different to see how I like it since I've been using that already. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of decorative pieces just because I can and because I want to and it's fun, right? So first, I'm going to pull out the colorful boxes, which is of course my most favorite of all time. And we're going to go through, I don't have any copper stickers in here, which we know that already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to first look at the blues and the greens. I know I want something bigger. So let's take a look at what of these matches what I've got. Okay, so down there we've got black and we've got dark blue. There's obviously no dark blue here. So, all right. Now, do any of these stickers kind of go with that washi? And in fact, they do. So I'm going to take this lined sticker because I'm not really often in the practice of using the lined stickers, but in my work planner, things are significantly different. So the lined sticker can be just perfect for me. And that's kind of one of those things too that you might have a typical way of doing something in your main planner, but maybe a different planner you can use maybe some different ways, you know? Okay, so now what I want to do too is I want to add something a little bit decorative here, but I'm not going to go crazy because I need this space for working, you know? So I'm going to just add something small right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through here, see what I can find that's smallish, and I definitely won't be pulling out that big package of stickers because they're all very big. So probably not going to work for me. Now, let's see here. I kind of like this sticker, so I'm going to just hold that back. The other thing that I want to incorporate that I see in here are these decorative strips, like the washi idea. And it's just so, they're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one because it works great for me. Now I do want to do a little bit of layering, so I'm going to pull out a black sticker, which in theory seems a little crazy, like black, really, are you kidding? But I think it works a-okay for what I need it to do. Now I'm not going crazy. I'm actually going to use just one of these tiny ones, and I'm going to put it right here. Now this is all sort of strategic, okay? I know that I'm at the bottom of Tuesday and at the top of Thursday. So I can kind of work around. I still have the bulk of Thursday, and I've already kept kind of the bulk of Tuesday. So I still have room right here for this decorative sticker. Now again, this is very simple and just a tiny bit of layering right there just to make it a little bit more interesting. And why I like to use these tiny ones for layering is that if you look at every single one of my sheets, a different color palette, I have lots of these tiny ones left. They're not the ones that I reach for initially. But some of the other ones, like right there, they're well used because those are the ones that I reach for. So I love to try to incorporate these in layering and stuff if I can. All right, so now in keeping with that overall sort of triangle theme, I'm going to try to put something up here as well. And then obviously I'm really safe on Sunday because I don't work on Sundays. I don't know about you. And you may work on Sundays, which is awesome if that works for your schedule. I just don't happen to work on Sundays. So I want to try to find, now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to keep Monday fairly simple. And I think that what I will do is I will take these strips. They're so pretty, aren't they? And I'm just going to layer a couple of those up at the top. And then that will make it so that I have a little bit of decor up there, but nothing too crazy. And you'll see why I'm layering these a little tiny bit higher in just a few minutes, okay? So you can see just the tiniest bit of decoration. And I think actually I'm gonna go back and find a flower. I'm gonna clear my throat, excuse me guys. There we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a flower and okay, just a tiny little cute one, nothing crazy. So pretty, right? I think it's beautiful and it really just ties in with that whole color palette. Okay, so now I want to put something down here as well. So now I can add something that is maybe a little bit bigger or, you know, whatever I want it to be down there. So I'm going to just kind of keep my eyes peeled and I just figured out what I want to do. Okay, so there's this big, long, beautiful watercolor stroke. See, this one's so pretty. And in case you hadn't figured it out, I just love these watercolor strokes. I'm going to let it overlap at the very bottom so you can see it's hanging off the edge. I'm just going to turn it over, take my scissors, cut that off. I just love when things sit on the edge like that. I just feel like you can feel a lot of movement in the page that way. Then also I'm going to take one of these beautiful long flowers, which can be harder to use, just they're big and they're very vertical and that can be a challenge, but right here, not a challenge at all. So isn't that so pretty? And so I kept the right-hand side very, very functional for work, right? I mean, I still have tons and tons of space, but yet it's cute. And then for the left-hand side, I can track all my things, write all my notes, jot all the things down. So I think that's gonna be really, really awesome. All right, now the last thing I'm gonna do is I have an old roller date stamp. I'm going to put the dates on here. So we're into January, and let's see. Perhaps I should have shut the notifications off on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. 2019 is the last year I've got. All right, so I'm gonna use this VersaFine Clair. I find that it works just the same as the regular VersaFine. It happened to be the one that I grabbed. It's not specific. So I have used these in lots of different ways in my undated mini happy planners, but this is the way that I'm gonna try this week. I actually really, really love the undated roller stamps. I think that they are such a versatile tool. You can make them all the things that you want them to be, and they're small, so they fit in lots of different places. Now, typically, obviously, I probably would have stamped that right there, but then I did plan for this. So I'm just going to stamp it right here, just because I can. I don't care about it being lined up really well or anything like that. I know other people have to have it a very specific way, but not me. I'm gonna say that as I've been planning this, I'm really feeling that this is gonna work well for me. So I'm kind of excited about seeing how this all turns out, because I have some extra room for extra notes here. I have room for extra notes here, or doodling or drawing or topics of phone calls or things like that. So anyway, so that was a look at how I planned my work planner for this week in the dashboard layout. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. Thanks so much, and make it a great day.